Hey guys, it's Mr. Gonzalez again, here with Lesson 20, Articulations. The main objective of this lesson is to be able to identify articulations and understand how to play them. Let's take a look. Lessons 18 and 19 introduce the words and signs that indicate what speed, slow to fast, and volume, soft to loud, a musical section is to be played. In addition, notes may be performed in different ways. The manner in which a note is performed is called articulation. Back in Lesson 13, we learned about legato playing. That is one form of articulation. Here we have the Italian word staccato. Here is the sign for staccato. It is a dot placed below the note head. If the note head is facing up, so the note head would be up here, the dot would be on top. However, this is not to be confused with the dot added to dotted half notes or dotted quarter notes. And in English, it means to play the note short and detached. Here is the Italian word accent. This is the sign for an accent. It looks like a small greater than sign. If the note head is facing down, the sign will be below it, and if the note head is facing up, the sign will be above it. And in English, it means to play the note louder with a special emphasis. Here we see the Italian word sforzando. Here we see the sign. We can see two different signs for this, either an SF or an SFZ. And then in English it means a sudden, strong accent. Here we see the Italian word tenuto. Here we see the sign. It looks like an underscore. Again, if the note head is facing down, the sign will be below the note, and if the note head is facing up, it'll be above the note. We can also see the abbreviation ten with a period at the end. And in English, it means hold the note for its full value. Lastly, we see a fermata. Here is the fermata sign. It's an arch with a dot in it. And then in English, it means hold the note longer than its normal value, approximately twice the normal duration. Let's take a look at some exercises. For our first exercise, we are going to say the following examples using the syllables T for eighth notes, ta for quarter notes, ta-ah for half notes, and ta-ah-ah for dotted half notes, and ta-ah-ah-ah for whole notes. We will be observing all tempo markings, dynamics, and other musical symbols. Let's go. Let's unpack everything this example is giving us. First, we see we are in 2/4 time, so there'll be 2 beats per measure and the quarter note gets the beat. Next, we see allegro, so we know the tempo will be quick and cheerful. Next thing we see is piano, so we're going to start off soft. Then we see our staccatos on all of these notes, so each of these will be quick and detached. Next, we see a crescendo over 2 measures to forte, so we will gradually be getting louder, and then on our last note we see a fermata, so we will hold that out for just over twice the value. Let's get going. Here is our tempo. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, 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 ti, 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 ta. Ta, 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 ti, ti, ta. Let's unpack our next example. First, we see we are in 3/4 time, so there'll be 3 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets the beat. Next, we see largo is our tempo marking, so that's very slow. Then we see staccatos here, and an accent. Alright, cool, we have something new. We'll be in mezzo forte, so we'll be moderately loud. We have a crescendo right here with some staccato notes to an accented forte. Then we see some tenudos here, and that's it. No fermata at the end. Just 3 beats for this dotted half note. Let's go. Here's our tempo. 1, ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Ti, ti, ta, 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 ta. For our last example, we are in 4/4 time, so there'll be 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets the beat. Next, we see we are in moderato, so we'll be going moderately fast. Then down here we see some dynamics. We see we are going to be starting off in forte. We'll have a forzando right here. Then coming along we see mezzo forte with a decrescendo to pianissimo. And then while we're decrescendoing, we see some tenudos. Let's give this one a shot. Here's our tempo. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Ta, 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 ta. For our next exercise, we will name the articulation symbols. Our first one we see here is a quarter note with a dot underneath it, so we're going to be naming the dot. Remember, this is not a dotted quarter note. This is a staccato quarter note. Here we see our greater than sign, and if we remember correctly, this is our accent. Down here, our arch with a dot in the center is our fermata. When we see a line under our note, or we see 10 with a period at the end, we know that this is our tenudo. And then lastly, if you see an SF or SFZ, we know this is our sforzando. And that's it for today's lesson, guys. I hope you feel more confident in your ability to identify articulation signs and understanding their role in music. In our next lesson, we will look at DS, DC, coda, and fine.